quick little update here. My next plan of attack for this thing, because of it not being able to start the tractor, it doesn't want to crank over top dead center with the spark plug in. I was going to use the original starter generator, but I found an issue with it that is something that I probably caused and stuff. But before I go into that, I want to show you what 60-mile-an-hour winds does. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to have a nice little carport canopy kind of thing right here. Well, it's over here in a mangled mess. That's not the only thing that took a hit. Yeah, there's the other one. There ain't nothing left of it. So, believe it or not, sorry for the wind noise. It's still pretty windy, but not quite as bad. It ripped. I don't know if you can see that pole up there on a 90-degree angle up there. That should be straight up there. And that was in the ground. So it totally ripped that out of the ground and bent it on a 90-degree angle. That's no big deal. I can replace that. Actually, if it wouldn't have been either, it probably would have been in the pole of the carport. I had that in the ground, and then I had the pole of the carport over top of it. I should have bolted it, but honestly, I don't think it would have helped too much. You look here, there's a 90-degree bend on that. Let me get on the other side here. This thing bent 90 degrees, wedged itself down in here. I tied it fast, the rest of the carport, so it wouldn't go anywhere. Not that it really matters. But as far as the carport goes, this is the only broken or damaged piece. Everything else is just folded over. It went over the fence, and it's just the poles themselves kind of twisted inside their joints. So this is the only thing that really, so far, that I've found that actually has any damage to it. The canopy or tarp or whatever that goes over the top of it was okay. I didn't see no holes or anything, so I'll probably end up putting it back up. But for the time being, I'm just leaving it here. Another thing, we had it, here's the other one. This I had in the ground here, and you can see from the dirt that's on it how far in it was. Probably about a foot or so that I had in the ground. Then I had the pole of the carpet on top of it. Kind of like this here. This slides right inside of this. So I kind of had it like that over here. As you can see, this is anchored to the fence. This stayed, but the top half of it went. Also, if you notice, you see there's a 4x4 and a 2x4 there with a piece of aluminum anchored to it to kind of hold it there. That wood was right here. It left the screws in, but it took the wood right off of the fence there. So on the back side here, if you look, the anchor's still up for this piece and over here at the other end of the fence there. So that's okay. It's not too bad, but gotta straighten this piece here, and then I can put it all back up. So it's not too big of a deal, but that other one's junk that I had under the tree. Okay, now I got that shown to you. Yes, I took the starter generator off of this engine. We did not know if it worked or not. It did work, did spin over without the belt hooked up to it, but it spun slow. So today I decided to take that one apart, and oh my, look at this. Look at all these wires and stuff. It's just, there's dust everywhere. There's, I mean, the wires are so brittle I can break them just by touching them. The rear bearing cap, well, first of all, the bearings, I can turn them, but they're stiff. Let me see if I can demonstrate this. You should be able to spin this bearing. Look, I can spin it, and it doesn't keep spinning. It should keep going at least a little bit. Now, here's the one original to the tractor. You can see as it's much better looking. The armature looks great. This one's dark. If you look, I got wires broken in here on the one here. A lot of these little pieces of wire fell out. There's no grease in there for the bearing. Whereas it might be old, but I still got grease in this one for the original one. If I stand this up here, see how that keeps spinning for a little while? Spins nice and free. If anything, it might have a slight noise to it, but I believe it to be original. So, and if I could try and do that to this one, I can barely even pull it with my finger. So, between that, all the, I mean, this is terrible. I still had pieces of wire falling out. Look at this. It looked nice because it was painted, but I mean, the brushes don't look bad, but I mean, these wires just, I mean, look at this. There's nothing to them. They're just like threads. Then you go over here to the original one and look at those. If I can find them. Actually, yeah, they're totally sealed in what looks to be a coating over the wiring, which I guess that's supposed to have, but it's totally just shredded and gone, and there's broken wires. And so this is a problem. Whether it is the problem why I can't get the tractor to go over top dead center with the plug-in, I don't know, but it's definitely a problem. Due to the fact there's broken wires in here and everything, I don't believe the starter generator is even worth rebuilding. So I had said before about needing, I think this one here needed a stud because it broke off, and then the wire inside of it broke off as well here. That was my fault because I only had one nut on this, and that nut was acting as basically, it holds the stud in place inside here. So when I took that off and tried to put the wires on it, it allowed this stud to turn and break the wire off. So I'm gonna, basically what I'm gonna do is, these studs are good in this starter generator on this one. I think I'm just gonna cut the wire off of this, transfer the stud over to this one, because I know the starter generator did work fine. It started the tractor fine. The original engine, which still sits here, it started that over fine. I'm going to transfer that stud over into here and resolder this wire to the stud and pray that it turns the tractor over, or the engine over in the tractor. And hopefully we can finally get this thing started. So that's where I'm at. I don't know if that's the reason why it's not turning the engine over, but it's definitely one of the issues that needs to be dealt with. So, like I said, we didn't know what kind of shape it was in. I figured I'd give it a shot, but as you can tell with all the broken wire that was falling out of it when I took it apart, and the fact that this just looks horrible, and it looks like it might even be grounding out to the inside of the casing, if that would go and touch there. Yeah, we're gonna go and try and at least fix this one, so we know for a fact we have a good one, and then we'll try again to see if we can't start that thing, and hopefully we'll have success. So stay tuned for another video, and we'll see you later.